Hi, my name is Alicia Redshaw and I own Scrapbook Fantasies in Gladstone, Queensland. This scrap-along video was originally recorded live at the Scrapbook Fantasies Facebook page. If you would like to watch it live and see all of the live comments as discussed in the video, please go to the Scrapbook Fantasies Facebook page. Thank you and enjoy. Okay, my name's Alicia. If you haven't done live scrap along type class with me before, I run them at the Scrapbook Fantasies Creative Family Group. I do scrapbooking on Wednesday mornings and Wednesday night live free, and I do card making on Tuesday mornings live free. I also do a mixed media art journaling class on Friday mornings, which is live and free. I own Scrapbook Fantasies, and in November Scrapbook Fantasies will be able to vote because it will be 18. So it's not my oldest baby, but it's one of them. Okay, so I had this bag of Studio 73 and I bought these 3 pieces of paper. Yes, I still have to buy stuff from my own store. It's the About a Boy collection, and I actually have my second oldest actual physical child, Naomi-Jon, here as scribe tonight. She's just over that way in her father's office area in my studio.
As soon as my computer stops going.
As soon as she can get around the internet and everything. Naomi-Jon is our scribe, so if you have a question, you ask the question. Oh, hi Karen and Sarah and Tony as well. Tony actually comes to my classes every week when she can, online that is, because she lives an hour and a half away from me, so it's a bit far to drive when my store's actually on regular time. So we actually have a large physical store in Gladstone on the central Queensland coast, and we have an online store as well, and we do craft shows with Brett and Sally from Craft Alive. We're the ones with the hot pink little Pantech truck called Sweet Pea that we drive all over the eastern seaboard and go to craft shows in. So I have from the About a Boy collection, I have Balloon Wishes, Forever Foliage, and Up, Up and Away. Are you right there, Naomi-Jon? You got those?
We'll write them down.
We'll write them down. Okay. So, and I also bought the fussy cut sheet. So I just got 4 pieces of paper. I lied. I said 3. I got 4. Okay. I got this one because I like the balloons. So this has been in my stash for a few weeks. You can see I fussy cut some stuff. I'm going to use blending brushes tonight. Out of the fussy cut sheet, and then I put it in my stash and I left it there. So what I need to do is use this. Awesome stuff. So let's clean that up. I've got a piece of white Prisma Favini cardstock. This is really beautiful. This is what I use in our year in review kits that we sell. And before we get any further, I'm just going to give this a little wipe. Oh look, here's a piece of silver ribbon. I did a colour changing ribbon class earlier today on the Scrapbook Fantasies Facebook page. Amongst other things, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 7th class for today. Plus, my husband also taught a paint pouring class this afternoon in this very spot. So, my husband is the paint pouring guy at the craft shows. So, he did a class this afternoon. Okay. Let's get one of those. I've been using these bamboo baby wipes, and they're meant to be able to be used in mixed media for something, but I've been using them and letting them dry because they were the only ones I could buy a few weeks ago, and yeah, that all I've done is wiped up with them. Okay, so I'm going to start with these 3 pieces of paper. I've already hacked a bit out of that, so let's pop that one aside. And we've got a trimmer here. Haven't missed an online 2 hours away. Thanks, Tony. Oh, hello, Tanya. Tanya, oh, and Debbie. they come to my classes as well, online lives. So we do get people from all over the world come to my live online classes. Okay, so this stripy piece, which is Balloon Wishes, I am going to, and I've not used Studio 73 paper yet, being very honest there. There's nothing on that barcode strip worth keeping. Is there? Unless I kept that About a Boy. Maybe. Yeah, let's see. So now I'm going to cut a 1-inch frame. So what I'm doing is I'm lining up the edge of my paper with a 1-inch over here, and I'm going to cut, I'm going to eyeball. I'm a very visual person, so I'm going to visualize where about 1 inch in is, and I'm going to only engage my blade from there to there, like that. I'm going to do that the whole way around. This is how I frame my pages. If you've not done a class with me before, you'll probably be thinking, oh my God, she's mad. But this is why I end up with scraps and a stash. But then these 3 pieces of paper and this piece of cardstock, I should be able to add another piece of cardstock or 2 pieces of cardstock and maybe get to another 1 page and a card or 2. I am pretty frugal when I create. I've got a bug. We're in central Queensland, so Naomi-Jon's fighting with her laptop. So I'm going to cut this piece of white to 11 inches by 11 inches. And then I don't just cut 1 inch off, because not all cardstock is square. Some of it's actually rectangular. Really ticks me off. And then I'm going to cut this piece, which is Forever Foliage. I'm going to cut that down to 10 3/4 by 10 3/4 inches. I mean inches, people, sorry. Are you typing these things out?
No, because I'm not even on there yet. It's still...
Oh, she's not on there yet.
Still dying.
Someone else wants to scribe? Maybe not. You guys are probably scrapbooking as you go. So let's go back to the white piece. I've killed the bug now. Let's get rid of the bug. And I'm going to make a 1-inch frame from the white piece now. Because these centerpieces are what I then use to mat my photographs. So normally what I teach in my store in Gladstone, normally what I teach is a card making class and a scrapbooking class every week, and I repeat the scrapbooking class on the Wednesday night. But at the moment I teach 1 card making class and 2 scrapbooking classes, and the scrapbooking classes are different because they're always scrap along like this. I don't go into them really with a plan. I just go in with some stuff. We do a kit each week for $15, and that's enough to get the 3 classes. You don't have to have the kit because the classes are free. And yeah, so you don't have to have the kit, but I have the kit and some people buy the kit. So let's come back to this balloony piece. Can I sacrifice it? I think I should. So I'll show you the photos that I found. Clinton's been helping me move all my photos to one place. All the albums that have got photos still in them, all my photo boxes, all the packets from Harvey Norman, they're all now in one spot, which is interesting. And in saying that, there's lots. I'm going to have to live till I'm like 900 to scrapbook all the photos I currently have. And I have 4 children. If you don't know me, I have 4 children. And these are number 1 and number 3. So he was 22 in November. And he will be 14. This is Milton and Noah. Noah will be 14 in July. Milton is who packs your orders currently. He's a very, very good. He works in marketing, does a bit of radio. He's a uni student.
He's very smooth at sales.
He's very smooth at sales. He's really wonderful. He now has a beard. And Noah here is about 5 or 6 weeks old, and he's still the tiniest little thing there. He's like, so he's skinnier than a pencil. He's just like a stick figure. Yep. Yeah, and we knew when he was born that he was left-handed. So he was born a little early, and he's an interesting creature. So we love him. So I'm thinking I might use these 2 photos, and what I might do is I might mat them together as a pair. So I will show you how we go about that. Okay, let's muck with photos before we get blending brushes and inks out and make a mess on here. Okay, so I've got the 2 photos, but I don't quite want them that big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tiny bit off here, and I'm going to take a bit off here. So let's do that. Let's take a little off here. Maybe a tiny bit more. Just to try and make sure it's straight. You want it to be nice and straight up against this top piece so you get a nice perpendicular cut. And no, that's not what we're doing in Year 8 Maths at the moment in our house. And it's not what we're doing in prep either. So our youngest is 5, and she's the boss, and she's doing prep. So this is 36mm super fat tape. It's the bomb. I'm just saying. So what I'm going to do is band-aid them together. So I'm going to band-aid my 2 photos together. Are you in there yet, Naomi-Jon? Just going to get another computer. Are you going to sit here and type? Why don't you get a chair and sit here next to me and scribe next to me?
I'm going to use the only computer that's working in the
Okay.
house.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to even this up. And as I go, I'm going to measure it. So I know that that's perpendicular there. So then I'm going to come across here. And I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to cut that at... It doesn't matter if it's not straight against here. It's got to be this point here because that gives you your right angle. So I'm going to cut that at 7 1/4 by, let's go 5 3/4. So that means I need a, are you right, Naomi?
White sheet. How big was that one? Was that
11 by 11 was the white one. So that means that I need a piece that is 6 inches, and let's go, so this we know is cut straight. So let's trim this edge so that we've got a nice right angle, just in case I was a bit bodgy with my 1-inch bits. And let's come across to 6 inches. So that's our height by 7 1/2. So I just add 1/4 inch on each side, like that, like that. You know what, I was going to put white next. So what I might do is I'll put white after that. So then I need to make sure that this is got a nice right angle, so I just trim a tiny bit off, and then I'm going to go 6 1/4 by 7 3/4. Ten 3/4.
That was Tony trying to guess it, don't worry.
Oh, so 10 3/4 is this piece. The pale blue, which was the foliage one, was 10 3/4, and this one was 11. Okay, sorry, we've got the scribe now. We're in very tight proximity. Hey, Naomi.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. So, got to drag out the Scrooge in the whole equation now, and let's cut the middle out. I know some of you are probably having heart failure
Don't, she does it to everything.
But this is, some of the ladies in my classes get all pedantic and cut this out neatly with a trimmer. But, you know, I'm just going to hack it out. This is free paper. And it also means that my albums aren't as heavy as what they could be. They could be a whole lot heavier if I didn't do this kind of business. And I'd use so much more paper. It would just, yeah. And yes, I still have to pay for what I buy. Okay, because my boss is a meanie, isn't she? Well, she didn't agree with me. Okay, so let's have a test drive. Let's have a test drive of that. That. We've got our white piece, which was 11 by 11. And then our 10 3/4 by 10 3/4. And I think it will look, oh, that looks best. Like that. And then we've got our photograph, the photo mat, my two beautiful boys. Let's see, something like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, let's get rid of that one. Just out of the way. It's just like a disastrous pile over this way. It's really, yeah. What did I say this is? This is like class 7 for me for today. So it's, yeah. And some of the classes I've only had like 8 minutes between. Okay. So I've got some little bits I was digging in my embellishments earlier. Now what we're going to do is I am going to show you how to use a blending brush on the edge of these. So I'm just going to sit that over there with you, Naomi. Let's move these over. I've got this colour called Mid Blue, and it is a Card Deco pearlescent ink. Let's see what that looks like. Well, that's not bad. And then I've also got this turquoise isn't in it, but I like that turquoise colour. I did grab this emerald, but geez, that's wild. That's just a bit wild. Okay, so let's use a bit of Mid Blue. So I'm going to, so these are blending brushes. We sell, I think we have 5 or 6 sizes at the moment. We've, our current top up has come from Couture Creations. We usually have our own, and we usually have 10 sizes in our ones. But obviously they're manufactured in China, the company that we get to manufacture them for us, and we aren't buying anything currently from China. So, yeah, we're getting Couture Creation ones right now. So our ones go right up until, which we're out of, this big whopper. It's awesome for backgrounds. So yeah, I think we might be out of it now. So I'm just going to rub on here, but then this is a craft sheet. Like, you use a plastic packet, and I'm just going to blend it around to get it sort of into the hairs a bit, but so that I don't get a big sharp. If I got, let's use this as an example, if I put it on here and then I went like that, it's nicely blended, but geez, that's a lot. So I would rather layer the colour up. And you can see I'm actually tilting the brush from side to side as I go. This brush was previously used on teal. And I do just come in at an angle and I tilt it around so that I'm just not using the whole surface at once. And it does give a really beautiful finish. We have a stand, an acrylic stand, that you sort of just piece it together. It just clips together for the blending brushes, and it's only, it's black. It's only $4.95 as well. So it's in our online store too. Did you find a link for that? She's got sidetracked. Naomi-Jon will put up a link to the blending brushes. Who was that then that said hello? Hi, Sarah.
Comments have gone out of order. A sign of internet failure.
Yes, we've got comments out of order. We've got things. Just so you all know, it looks like Facebook are trying to launch their new look this weekend. I was part of the beta test thing about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and it was terrible. After 2 days I had to leave because it didn't work.
Alex has a question. If you have a dark coloured pattern paper, would you still do the blending brushes, and what colour would you use?
So I would, if you had a dark coloured pattern paper, I would use a pearlescent or metallic ink because it will show up. You could use any, and they're mostly going to just give you a little tiny bit of sparkle on the edge. I would use something in a similar family, or you could go contrasty. If you've got green paper, probably not red, it's still going to look brown. Remember colour mixing, people. So I would say use something metallic or pearlescent if you've got a dark colour and you would like to have like a blended finish on it, because it will give a nice glow. So you can see I'm not getting it absolutely identical the whole way around, and that's because I'm rocking it. I want it to be sort of soft and a soft edge, but interesting, like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just, yeah.
Oh, do you want all of them?
Just go back and highlight all of them. Okay, I need the next piece. Sorry, just reaching across it here.
Nothing like being.
Oh, see, I didn't rub on the mat, and now I've got a dark bit, and I've got to blend it out. See, that's creating in a confined space. Can you put up a link to Studio 73, please?
Oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing. You don't have to tell me.
Okay.
I might have started late, but I'm getting there.
She's getting there. She's going to catch up. Naomi-Jon scribes most of my videos.
I'm a university student. Catch up is my middle name.
Yes. So Naomi-Jon is home from Brisbane because she's got lots of allergies and eczema and issues, and QUT have closed. So, well, they closed quite a while ago and they went online. So she has a house in Brisbane we rent that is empty, but that's okay because we'd rather her be here and not on her own. I couldn't stand the thought of her being in Brisbane on her own and not. I'm going to make this one a little darker because I want it to not be about the pattern, but be more about the colour and the pattern under the colour mimicking the frame, if that makes sense. And another reason why I do cut the middle out of these different layers is so that I don't have to buy a whole other piece, so that the main reason is I can bring a pattern from one point on a layout to another point on a layout, and it unifies the whole lot together. And using the one ink colour on everything, which you don't have to, does help also to unify a layout and bring it together as a cohesive whole. See, look, I'm using big words there.
Mom, you cannot be using words over 5 letters long after 7:30.
Yes. So Naomi's studying a full program of visual art plus graphic design at QUT. She's second year. I'm only studying one subject. It's my last subject, and it's a theoretical or academic visual art, but mine's through USQ in Toowoomba. And I had an essay that I had to hand in on Thursday, and I don't have another one until the middle of June. So, and it will be my last one, but it's huge. Okay, so let's wipe that up. Where's one of these dry guys? Let's dry that off. A bit hard. She's in my space, people. She is in my space.
We could have like a full-time hug while this is going on.
No, no hugging. No hugging allowed, is there, peoples?
No one would see it.
Okay. You know, I can hear bowls chinking out there. I think they're eating ice cream out in the lounge room.
Dad offered me some, but I was having a hissy fit. The computer.
With the computer. Naomi was arguing with the computer, so she missed out on.
I was bashing it.
Okay. So where's my photo? Can I have my photos, please? It's very blue at this point in time. And it's okay that it doesn't match his jumpsuit. Not particularly worried. It's very blue. Okay, so we've got that far. I've got some chipboard here. This is Celebrate chipboard. And I wanted to use this Love You More and More and some of these little doodary bits. These little punch out mesh stuff. Sure. These are actually out of another project that I plan to do. They were in a packet with some paper and some photos for something else I was going to do in the next couple of weeks. But, you know, I'll just have to rethink that one. We'll see what's left. So I'm going to snip these out. I don't always do this. Snip them out, but it will be easier for you to see. So normally I would leave it in the sheet to work on it, but I'm going to take them out because it will just be better for the visual experience. And I don't throw these frames away because you could use these instead of foam on little tiny things because they're nice little skinny strips. You could use them instead of foam on lots of things, or you could make little frames out of them, like use the frame. See, that'd be nice on a card if you cut all those bits out and then filled each section with a different embellishment. So now what I'm going to do is cut all the little tabs off. So if I was leaving it in the frame, I would do this at the end after it's completely dry, but this may still be wet when I stick it to the layout. We don't want to be here until midnight. It'd be nice, but I would probably be asleep. And my sidekick would definitely be gone. Okay, I think I've got all the tabs on that one, so I'm just going to cut these little tabs on here. Okay, don't like that bit in that circle. There we go. Is that a question you're answering, Naomi?
Kind of.
Okay, we do have these scissors in our online store too. They're the Tim Holtz little ones. Okay, I think I've got all the bits. I don't know. I don't have the greatest eyesight. Naomi's is worse than mine.
It looks pretty good.
Okay, let's move that over there. Maybe there. Okay, on the pile. Okay, so we've got these pieces. But before I go any further, I have a brown pencil and holding it, I'm right-handed, so holding it so the back's here and the front's here, I'm going to find all those bits that I snipped because I don't like those little whitey bits. And you know what? They do show up on a layout. I don't. So on normal grey chipboard, on normal grey chipboard, I get a grey pencil or a black pencil depending on how burnty the chipboard is. Some manufacturers burn chipboard more than others, and that's how fast they're going sometimes when they laser cut it. Okay, front here, back here. So if I slip, I'm drawing on the back. I'm not drawing on the front. Because if I'm going to colour this, leave it plain or colour it with a light colour, you don't want like a brown squizzle on it. This is especially important if you're making something for someone else. Like if you're making a special layout for a friend to give as a gift, or someone's paying you to make a layout. I do use a lot of this particular type of chipboard, this ivory board from Celebrate. They're a South African company. I do use a lot of it when I make layouts and frames for people as commissions. So these ones are from the Letters to My Love collection, which was February this year. Okay, so what I want to show you is doing an ombre effect on this. So we've got these. Got a new white. Okay, so this is a pearl white. It's nice. It's really nice. I'm going to say something. It's going to sound really awful, but if you're using regular grey chipboard and it's got lots of black edges, you really have to get to it with a stiff brush and brush off as much of that black, because that's burnt cardboard. You have to get it off, because otherwise it's going to trash your ink pad, just so you know. So I'm going to pat this on here, and look, I picked up a bit of chipboard, but that's okay because this stuff doesn't have burniness to it. They cut it nice and slow. They cut it from a product that doesn't make black ash. So I don't know if you can see. And then I'm going to get a bit of blue. Let's do blue at the bottom. Now I'm just very slowly, lightly circling. So what the white does is acts as a carrier. It's a carrier for the ink so that it blends a bit easier. It will blend fine. Let's do it on the back here. It will blend fine to colour, but the white means that your blue is a bit bluer. Okay, and up the top, because this nifty little brush is what I've been using with teal, I'm going to use it to show you that, and it's got a lot of teal on it. But when you have a smaller brush, you just need to work a little harder. And it takes less ink to go just as far on a small area with a small brush. Maybe I'll do a little tiny bit here. There we go. So let's put that aside on a big fat tape. Okay, so on these guys, let's cover that up. Let's do the same. Let's do this over here, so we're not going to get... If I did this here, I would pick up blue and teal onto my white ink pad, and then I would be cross. But it's okay, because I would have done it, and it would have been all my own fault. And I make lots of mistakes. Just make sure it's clean and not got any bits of fluff and stuff on it. Over here. So then I'm going to put a bit of blue here, a bit of blue here. I'll put it in the middle on this one. And then we're going to cover that up. We're going to... So yes, I'm not magic and typing as I create.
Mum's not speaking in third person or comments, by the way. It's me.
It's Naomi-Jon that's doing that.
No, I don't think we've been this close the whole entire year, man. Like,
get out of my personal space. Horrid teenager. She's still a teenager until October.
I'm not a teenager. I'm 19.
She's 19.
That's
She's still a teenager. She'll be 20 in October.
Don't look 20.
Nope, she don't. Okay. So there we go. We've got some bits. Let's pop all that over there on our tape. So I do go along and I make my bits as I go. As I know something, I go with what I know and then I make the rest up later. Okay. So let's bring our page back. And I try not to stick things together until I know that that's how I want to stick things together. If that makes sense. So just so you know, if you are shopping with us this weekend for the Great Australian Craft Show, it's a public holiday on Monday in Queensland for Labor Day, so we can't post anything until Tuesday. And we have free postage for orders over $85. Orders under, we only charge $8.95, whether it costs us more or not. If it costs us, if you order product and it costs us $3 to post and you get charged $8.95, or you will be charged $8.95, we will refund the difference, like the $5.95. So don't feel that we're going to keep the rest of your money and not spend it on postage. We will refund the difference. And we actually refund it. If you are ordering and say tonight you wanted to order a couple of blending brushes and then you thought tomorrow you watched something and you wanted to order a couple of this and you didn't want to miss out on that because you thought, oh, that's going to be a good seller. You can do lots and lots of little orders. Leave us a message, or if you forget to leave us a message and we come to pack your orders on, say we come to pack your orders on Tuesday morning, we'll be packing them. We are picking orders as, like Milton is picking orders through the weekend. He's been at work twice today picking orders for people and putting them in tubs. When we get to Tuesday and he goes to post it, he's going to go, oh my God, you've spent over $85, so I'm going to refund all the postage you've paid. So that's how it's going to roll this weekend. If you forget to message us and say, I'm shopping lots, we'll keep an eye out on it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out by the end of the weekend.
So we will do our best not to rip you off. Does that, I don't know if that sounds right. So let's have a look at what we're going to put on here now. Let's get rid of all those bits. We were at the Botanic Gardens in Rockhampton. Oh, sorry, Naomi. When these photos were taken. Botanic Gardens in Rocky are very special to Milton and I. We spent a lot of time there while my dad was having his end of life experience in Rockhampton. So we love the Botanic Gardens in Rocky. Okay. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Don't know about a lantern. I just got lots of things. I'm not using the bees because I want to make a card with the bees on it. And I want to use the fishing stuff for a fishing page. I've got photos of the kids when they were, the boys when they were little with their cousins. Or one of the boys when he was little with his cousins. Fishing. See, this is what happens when you just chuck the crumbs in a bag. Fishing. This is one of Naomi-Jon's bows we have in the store. She makes those. She's very good.
Yeah.
She usually makes those while she scribes for classes.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, no.
It would be bad.
So let's put him there. I don't know where we're going to put the bird. We're not a dog family. You all heard me whinging earlier this week about that dog next door. He has a penchant for barking every time I teach a class. He didn't bark much today. I think he got in strife.
No, I think you got taken for a walk today.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's put the little owl there. I want to use the bird. Okay. Where should I put the bird? Has anyone got any suggestions? Let's put the bird on top of the balloon. Maybe. How's that so far? And then okay, I'm not talking, sorry. Does anyone have any questions?
Doesn't have to be related to the class.
Doesn't have to be related to the class.
However, Mum is not a good counsellor, so just...
Mum is not a good counsellor. Really? That's not polite.
Karate kick or karate chopping massages are not...
No. That's not counselling, karate chop massages. So these were just some little flowers that I had in my stash. Okay. Where was that? I don't know. What about that? And then some little journaling strips here. I've got some white left. Could make some little strips here to put journaling on. Let's do that. Does it look okay?
Yeah,
looking good. Okay.
I love it.
Well, you got to tell me that.
I'm a bit busy.
Oh, actually, can you pass me the other one?
This one?
I did get a few questions today. This is how bright I am at with my 3-part. So we got a 3-part mixed media canvas going at our Facebook page, Scrapbook Fantasies Facebook page. And part 2 today was we added colour. So this is how bright it needs to be. So I did get some questions. So if you're a little concerned, you're welcome to message a picture of your canvas either to myself or to the shop's Facebook page, and I can have a look at it for you. So let's do that. This here. Put some little strips there talking about our little man. A tiny little man.
He's not tiny.
He's not tiny, he's gigantic.
Like
Okay.
stick.
So to do journaling strips, I cut them to actually cut them to 1 centimetre. It's the only time I use centimetres. Bodgy, I know. But a centimetre is nice. I should really find my guillotine. So I've lined it up with 3 centimetres, and now I'm lining it up with 2 centimetres. Don't you get on there and get them to back you on me being bodgy either, girly.
Don't start rebellions. That's Tony's job.
It's Tony's job. Okay. So in class tonight, I think is Alexander in here? Alexandra? Alex, you in here? So Tony and Alex. So Alex does a lot of our techie stuff. Like, she helps me out by putting up pictures of how to add a topic to your post and all those sorts of things in our group, our Scrapbook Fantasies Creative Family group. She also does a bit of, you know, adding topics to things. So she's been on the group since the start. So if you have a question, she's usually got an answer. She is busy. She's a school teacher, or she's a teacher mentor at her school. So she is working. So we don't have her during the day all the time, unless she's on morning tea during class and she pops in and says hello. And Tony gets the conversation going about our spaces and what we're doing.
And starts fussy cutting rebellions.
And fussy cutting rebellions, because we're fussy cutting again next week and she was not happy about it. But that's okay. My fussy cutting isn't perfect. I love fussy cutting, but it's not really perfect. It'll get better once I get my eyes tested again and get more new glasses.
Thursday, people?
No, it's not this week. It's next week. I have to wait to have my eyes tested again.
I had my hopes up.
Naomi's got to get hers done as well. Hers sight's worse than mine. Oh.
Man, we just wait until your results come back.
Okay, so I'm going to put some journaling on these little strips here. Okay, so now is the time that I would get out my mobile phone and I would take a photo, but it's recording the video. So, let's commit it to memory, and please pull me up if I get it wrong when I put it back together. But you know what? If I get it wrong, it doesn't really matter. It's okay. I won't die from putting my page back together in a different way. Please don't get that ink on my page. She's over here working on a canvas. So this is Naomi-Jon's working on. She's got a long way to go with the colours. It's not bright enough yet. So this is what I mean. Really needs to be bright for the next step. Okay.
I'm doing this as a favour to you.
You're doing it as a favour to me. Really? Okay.
Sorry, people.
So, now, go and put some tape around. You will have to move your chair. I will have to stand up.
Oh, great.
It's tiny ants.
I'm going to be like,
Bugger me.
bone.
Got tiny ants around here at the moment. Okay.
It's the wipes.
So I turn back. Just leave my wet wipes alone. I'm just going to turn back the tape. I've just realised that I'm using blue and there's pink on the wipes. So that means that someone else has been using it over there.
Oh no, I stole the blue wipe.
Okay. So I'm just turning back the corners of the tape and pressing it back. Turn it back and press. Any questions? Has anyone that's coming to class this week and bought the kit done their fussy cutting yet? I think that's kind of straight. I don't know. So then once I've got it how I like it, I peel these out. And yes, my chair is noisy. It's better now the bin's just here. Okay. This is a nice piece of paper. I don't think it suits my voice. Not at that age. No questions? Cool. Is that Jodie there?
Your mouse isn't working at the moment.
Mouse isn't working. Oh yeah, Jodie's here. Jodie teaches science at one of the high schools. At the high school that Noah actually goes to. So there you go. And I think tech. Well, she taught Milton tech when he was in primary, when he was in the younger grades at high school. Okay. So let's, I think that's, oops, and I moved it. Look at that. So this is so I can just touch down where I think it should go. And then rightio. Let's get the other bits back. Oh, geez, I nearly stuck that on. Look at that. Need to glue that. Deary me.
Dodgy.
That could have been dodgy. Yes, Naomi, that could have been dodgy.
Maybe it's start rebelling. Here we go, Rex.
She thinks she's funny.
It's truly no rebellion until you got pitchforks, so fortunately we're missing them.
And just so you know, people, Frozen 2 also goes on continuous loop like Frozen 1. I'm sure it played 3 times today through, but Amelia wasn't watching it, Naomi was.
You have to admit, there's some classic moments in the movie, like when Olaf is explaining Frozen 1.
Oh, okay.
And he does the troll impression.
Okay.
No one's going to understand that, but anyway.
Okay, so this is going to go under here. So let's put our photo doodah together first. Photo doodah. Really good English there. Just your spirit animal. The only girl you've ever wanted to adopt, Tony?
Fortunately, I'm not up for adoption anymore. I am above that age. Thank Lord.
So I'm just turning the corners here as well. Okay, so let's get that down a bit flat. So I'm going to try and get it at one end how I want it, and then see if the other end does the same. Oh, it looks like we're on a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, God. And you were getting that me for a minute ago with my humour.
Maybe not. I've got a bulgy bit. Let's see how that goes. Stick the photo on, or the photos that have become one. Exactly the same thing. Turn it back. I went to stick something, I think, last night without doing this. Oh, it was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible.
You missed it by a long shot, Mum.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you're going for another eye test.
Yep. It's like a porcupine. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put some foam on the back of this. So I don't completely cover the back because I don't worry about sag, because your pages are meant to stand up in albums, not lay down in a box or on a shelf like mine do. Yep. I'm a bit slack at putting them away in albums sometimes. So at this point in time is when I stick these two together. So I'm going to remove these bits of tape and I just eyeball where I want it to go, like that, so they become a unit. And I'm just going to peel this off here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, so if I stuck this on, I could end up with not enough space for my balloon over here, but if I stick my balloon where I want it to go on my photo, then I'm guaranteed that it's all going to fit on the page. So, checking twice. I want foam on this edge here and down on the basket. I want a little bit of tape here. I want that to sort of go there, and I'm sort of eyeballing visualizing where the edge of the photo goes down and having this sort of going down similarly there. And then when was my little owl? So little owl pal is going to go here, just there. And our little bow's going to go here. There it is. Dimensional Magic. So this is Dimensional Magic in an applicator bottle. I'm just going to put that there. Then I'm going to get just a couple little dots on here, my cornery bit that I nearly forgot. And I'm just going to tuck it under here.
Let me, I have to say, I have to give a kiss.
You have to give a kiss goodnight. Do you want to say hello to people?
No.
Tony's on there. Do you want to put your head under here and say night-night to everybody? Okay, you ready? Are you ready, people?
Oh.
This love is good.
Say Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Here, I'll
She's
come
making
get
kiss.
us.
the llamas.
Did we
And
lose a llama?
these are her new slippers. She went shopping for my birthday for new slippers, and she walked out with new llama slippers.
And Mum's slippers didn't fit.
And Mum's slippers didn't fit.
Whoopsie.
Oh.
The llama's lassoed the
Well, how are
heat
you
tool.
The lasso, the llama's lassoed the heat tool. Okay.
The llamas are silly.
Let's go, llama farmer.
This is why I should
People are saying apparently your tape technique is unique, huh?
What's unique about my tape technique?
No one's seen it that much beforehand. Not in all the classes.
What, with the corner?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
I just said it was the cheats way.
It is Cheats way. Got a little bit of glue down in here. I'm just going to scrape it up. I'm just going to clean up some of the little glue in here.
Can we tag people in this class?
You can. Why? Who's on tag? Jason.
How do we do it? Please
Just-
explain.
Just here. Sorry.
No,
Is Jason here? There he is here.
I'm not technical.
See if he can get in. I don't know if he can. Okay. So let's do our dude on a scooter and our title down here. Oh dear. There we go. Our title. And our rabbity babbit. Okay, I think I know I'm going to do that. And I've got this guy up here. Okay, and a bird. And that bit goes there. And I had another piece. I had another piece of this stuff. Can anyone see where it's gone in? Oh, here it is. Okay, let's just sit that there. Okay, let's do our corner down here. So tape technique, see, I'm full of useless information. Well, it's useful to us,
Yeah, it's definitely useful.
that do it, but I'm sure our husbands don't believe it's useful. Okay. Let's put this guy in foam.
Saves you a lot of energy trying to peel things back up again.
It does.
That's what's
It does.
Okay.
And ripped pages.
It's a genius when it comes to kids' classes.
Yeah, Naomi-Jon teaches it in her kids' classes. Not that she teaches kids' class at the moment because she doesn't live here. So, just a little bit of glue in the middle of each piece. Just a little bit. We need enough to hold it very securely because I don't like going back and sticking things back on. So, sticky chipboard letters, those foam American Crafts letters, which lose their glue when they're in the packet, so they're going to lose it on your page. I always glue letter stickers. Always have, always will. I don't use clear glue, I use Dimensional Magic. I always have. Because I just can't trust what they put on things. So what I'm doing is I'm using the bottom of the word more, and I'm just eyeballing an even distance all along the bottom, and then I'm hoping that everything else just comes into place nicely with it. Probably being a little bit too reliant on things working, but you know, sometime I'm going to have to go to work tomorrow. I don't know when.
Do you need foam tape?
Do you have foam tape?
I might. I'll be back in a minute.
No, I might have enough to get the page done, but
I think I have foam
see
tape.
if I've got a gap tomorrow. I'm not teaching at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleeping in. We're just scratching that one out. I didn't have anything in that time slot. It was a vacancy. So at 9:30 tomorrow, oh, I do have to go to work in the morning. 9:30 in the morning, either myself or Quentin is going to teach, probably Quentin, a boom gel dimensional object like a paperweight or a vase or something. And then at 10:30, one of us will teach using boom gel as a timber stain. We will share on our Facebook page tomorrow morning some pictures of Naomi-Jon's dining suite. She has a dining table and chairs that she has boom gelled really bright in reds and greens and teals. Absolutely divine. Anyone that's seen it has loved it. And then we're going to do part 3 at 1 o'clock tomorrow and finish off our mixed media canvas. They're all at our Facebook page. And then at 2 p.m, I'm going to teach a card along. So a card along is just like we're doing right now with a scrapbook page, but it's with a card. And you know what? I might use the scraps from this page in tomorrow's, because Friday night's scrap along, like we're doing right now, I did, which is saved on our Facebook page, I did this page. And then today in my card along, I did this card with the leftovers.
The sketches will go up.
Naomi-Jon makes sketches for all of these projects, and they go into our Scrapbook Fantasies Creative Family group in the album, the photo album that matches what it's for. So we have a Great Australian Craft Show album there, and then we put the photos of the projects and we put the sketches in there. So she makes those sketches. And then tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m, in the Scrapbook Fantasies Creative Family group, I am making a pocket page with scraps. And at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, I will be back here on this Facebook page doing another scrap along. My Monday night at 7 p.m. scrap along will actually be at the Scrapbook Fantasies Facebook page, because this classroom will close before I teach mine, because I'm the last thing of the weekend. Okay, so back to our page. Sorry about that, I digressed. So let's put this little guy here. So he's not floating, it's like he's standing on there and there. They're sort of standing on things. And then we'll put our little birdie on some foam. Any questions? I've just seen a request to join your... Oh, okay, cool. So after this class, we'll go on there, Wendy, and a preview. Well, Naomi-Jon might. Yeah, we'll go on there in a preview.
Don't worry.
Oh, she's going in there now. Naomi-Jon's going in there now to a preview, right now. Okay, so let's put this here. So I've cut this little flower. Now I'm really being Scroogey. I'm going to stick this little flower onto here, like he drove over it. Then I'm going to put the other little bit of it. Oh, I wonder if she's trying to line someone up to read stories.
She already had 2 stories read by now.
Oh, so Thursday night she conned Noah into reading her a couple of Golden Book stories. She picked 8. And then when I said they could only have 1, she picked the one with the most words in it. It's like a novel per page of the Golden Book. But then he found a couple of Golden Books, because we've got Golden Books. We've got mine, we've got Quentin's, we've got Milton's, we've got Naomi-Jon's, we've got Noah's and Amelia's. Naomi and I recently bought a Star Trek Golden Book to make an art journal out of it. And Quentin found it while he was helping us, he was helping me to reorganise my studio space. And now it's in her bedroom and they've been reading it.
They're attached.
They're attached to it, so we have to try and one day get back to Big W and buy another Star Trek Golden Book to make into an art journal.
I'm very proud as a teacher of Amelia Ann. She has learnt 3 new words this week. And
so she's learned how to spell and write, what is it? Sister,
dog, and you. When nearly got brother down.
And you, and she's nearly got brother. She already knows how to write mum and dad. She recognises happy birthday because she's always making cards for everyone, so she really wants to learn to read. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. So, but we got plenty of books.
You're the person that reads until like midnight.
Yeah, I do read. So, because I finished my assignment, my essay, I got to start reading the book that they got me for my birthday, which is about Henry VIII's fourth wife. It's a brand new book about Anne of Cleves. And it's quite interesting. But yeah, it's my reading is my guilty pleasure. I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't gamble. I do create too much. I do craft too much. Do you know the best? I'm busy doing all these live classes. Like, I'm just flat out. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But it's been really fun because I've made so much stuff. I get to create all the time. And I don't have to time slot it in because it's regular work. Although I am getting a little behind. I've got a bit of paperwork to do. So on Tuesday after card making class, I'm going to have a nana nap. Oh no, I'm not. I got parent-teacher interviews over the phone. After parent-teacher discussion phone call on Tuesday after card making class, I'm going to have a nana nap, and then after that, then I might do paperwork. How are we going? So then I'm going to write on here, like, I've got to find the date, and then I'm going to write on here about my beautiful boys. I think I'm pretty lucky. I've got 2 beautiful boys and 2 beautiful girls. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And I do need to... We're going to have a flower there. So let's put...
Tony needs the cover of the book once you're done, Mum.
The cover?
Yeah, once you're done, she needs the cover sent to her. The photo of the cover. Like the title.
I'm a hopefully British monarch buff.
A hopeless British.
Vikings. Oh, okay. So this is an Alison Weir. Can you go and grab the book, please, off the bedside dresser? This is an Alison Weir book. I read a lot of Philippa Gregory. Alison Weir is like Philippa Gregory, is a where'd the rest of that flower go? Is a historian and they do both write a lot about women in history, in English history. So I love their books.
We're just butting in at the moment. If you can, like, ooh. There we go. There's the book, Tony.
Just hold it there so she can see it long enough and not upside down. Oh, don't lose my place.
Lose your page.
So it's an Alison Weir. 4 boys, now big, but I'm going to use this layout for some of their back. Oh, that'd be lovely, Wendy. Really? Naomi-Jon's going to say something horrible about boys, but she wouldn't swap her brothers for anything. One of her brothers is about to move in with her.
Yeah, and he's never been there without me because he's messy as anything.
He's a good cook, but he's a messy cook. But he's lovely. And you know what? He packs everybody's orders, Naomi. They all think he's marvellous. He's very good. He's a good boy.
We have sibling rivalry. It's very usual.
Okay. Kind of like that. Let's pop the other bit of flour there. Oops. I've lost it. I know. Flour down. Okay, there we go. And your journaling there. I don't think I need any more of this. What do you think? So by the time let's just cut a couple of strips. These will go on foam when I do these. By the time I put a couple of strips of journaling here. Just waving scissors around, very sorry about that. By the time I put a couple of strips of journaling there, what do you think? It is quite simple, but I get asked a lot, you know, people love the fussy cut sheets, especially the ones with pictures on. People ask, what on earth am I going to do with them, and how do I make them look like it's not just a stick of sneeze, that they're just floating all over the place? So that's how I deal with them, so each of them is grounded and tells its own little story. And notice how I've got the flowers in a couple of places. I could probably stick a couple of sequins on it, but I won't. I'll tiny screenshot it. It's not too bad. It's quite interesting. Like, I've only read it. I read it for a little bit last night, but not much the night before. I read like the first 40 pages. So, and she's only just found out that Henry VIII may be interested in her. Poor thing. At least he didn't kill her. So there.
What, was she one of the surviving ones?
She's a survivor. Anne of Cleves.
Oh,
She outlived him.
lucky girl.
She's the one he didn't like because she was too much of a goody-goody. Okay, so that is my layout. Thank you for coming along. Has anyone got any questions? I do love these papers. So I finally got to use them. And I like what I did. I hope other people like it. I think it's cool. I think it's lovely. So notice how the turquoise green has sort of emulated this green here a little bit. Sort of picked up the green in the pattern. Yeah, so we have been putting up, I'll put up in the morning a list of what classes we've got tomorrow. We do have an extra class that's not listed on the schedule, but it's on Monday. We're going to be doing at 11:30 on Monday morning. We're going to do one where I show you a few different ways to colour and decorate chipboard. So that was a special request from Missy today. And I do have at 3 p.m. on Monday, I do have a time slot where I can put in another special request. So if you've got something that's you'd really like to know how to use it, or a tool you'd really like to know how to use, let us know and we will try and accommodate. So what's what'd they just steal?
You
Tape.
stole your big tape.
They just stole a big tape. Big tape down, big tape down.
Did I get it back then?
That wasn't supposed to be a question.
She accidentally did something different.
Oh, okay.
And she said like that.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens all the time, honestly.
That's okay.
Can
So thank you for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed my class. And look at that, I did it in less than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I try not to rush, and you can come back if you're in this group. You can come back and watch this anytime. If you have any questions, just contact me. You can message me now, or if you're already in our group or going to join the group, you'll be able to contact me in the group or ask questions in the group, and there'll be a photo of this stored in the group and on our Facebook page as well. Thank you. I'll put, when I do that, photos of it maybe tomorrow afternoon. See how I feel. See how the sun's going in the afternoon. There's only like an hour or two that it's not too glary to photograph. Here, I will come back and I'll put some photos and a sketch of this page in this group as well for you guys. Just for you. Okay, thank you. Bye.